Mrs. K. Vijayalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Genetic Engineering, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai 723, handle the course name Molecular Biology, course code U18PCGE402. Topic is Introduction to Molecular Biology. So in this, we see about this DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So what is DNA? DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. It is a polymer of deoxyribonucleotide. Usually it's a double-stranded and have double helix structure, and it is found in chromosomes, mitochondria, and chloroplast. It acts as the genetic material in most of the organism. It carries the genetic information. A few key events led to the discovery of the structure of DNA. So DNA as an acidic substance present in nucleus was first identified by Friedrich Miescher in 1868. He named it as nuclein. In 1953, James Watson and Francis Crick described a very simple but famous double helix model for the structure of DNA. The scientific framework for their breakthrough was provided by other scientists, including Linus Pauling, Rosalind Franklin, and Maurice William Erwin Chargaff. First, say about the Rosalind Franklin. She worked in same laboratory as Maurice Wilkin. She studied X-ray fraction to study wet fibers of DNA. The X-ray diffraction of wet DNA fibers shows diffraction patterns is interpreted using mathematical theory. This can ultimately provide information concerning the structure of the molecule. She made marked advances in X-ray diffraction techniques with DNA. The diffraction pattern she obtained suggested several structural features of DNA. First one is helical, more than one strand, 10 base pairs per complete turn. Next, see about this DNA structure. DNA structure is often divided into 4 different levels: primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. So DNA has 3 main components. First one is deoxyribose, a pentose sugar. Second one, base. There are 4 different ones. Third one, phosphate. The first picture shows the DNA nucleotide. Second one is the RNA nucleotide. First, say about this nitrogenous bases. So there are divided into 2 groups, pyrimidines and purines. Pyrimidines made of 6-member ring. It includes thiamine and cytosine. Purines made of 6-member ring fused to a 5-member ring. It includes adenine, guanine. The rings are not only made of carbon. This is a nitrogenous basis of DNA and RNA. So the purine component is adenine and guanine. Pyrimidine parent component is cytosine, uracil, thiamine. So the case of RNA, it contains uracil instead of thiamine. The thiamine which are present in DNA. Next, see about this nucleotide structure. Nucleotides are formed by the condensation of a sugar, phosphate, and one of the 4 bases. So the following figure illustrates the represent of one nucleotide. So it contains phosphate, deoxyribose, and one of the 4 bases. This is a picture of DNA nucleotide. So the base plus sugar that form a nucleoside. Example, adenine plus ribose that produce adenosine. Adenine plus deoxyribose, deoxyadenosine. So base plus sugar plus phosphate that produce nucleotide. Example, deoxyadenosine monophosphate, deoxyadenosine diphosphate, deoxyadenosine triphosphate. The picture that represent this deoxyadenosine, deoxyadenosine monophosphate, deoxyadenosine diphosphate, deoxyadenosine triphosphate. So the phosphates are attached this here. The base always attached here. The first carbon of the deoxyribose base are always attached here, and the fifth carbon in this the phosphates are attached here. So nucleotides are linked together by covalent bonds called phosphodiester bond. So covalent bond is a chemical bond that involves sharing a pair of electrons between atoms in a molecule. There's the backbone of this, how this structures are present this. DNA, double helix and hydrogen bonding. So first we see about the salient features of the double helix structure of DNA. So it is made of two polynucleotide chains where the backbone is constituted by sugar phosphate and the bases project inside. The two chains have anti-parallel polarity. It means if one chain has the polarity 5' to 3' and the other has 3' to 5' direction. The bases in two strands are paired through hydrogen bonds forming base pairs. Adenine forms two hydrogen bonds with thymine from opposite strand and vice versa. Similarly, guanine is bonded with cytosine with 3 hydrogen bonds. Based on the observation of Erwin Chargaff, that for a double-stranded DNA, the ratios between adenine and thymine and guanine and cytosines are constant and equals 1. Next, say about hydrogen bond. A chemical bond consisting of a hydrogen atom between two electronegative atoms, the example oxygen or nitrogen, with one side be a covalent bond and the other being an ionic bond. Next, see about this Erwin Chargaff experiment. Chargaff pioneered many of biochemical techniques for the isolation, purification, and measurement of nucleic acids from living cells. It was known that DNA contained the 4 bases A, G, C, and T. Chargaff analyzed the base composition DNA isolated from many different species. Let's see about the hypothesis. An analysis of the base composition of DNA in different species may reveal important features about the structure of DNA. Say this. So interpretation of data. So the compelling observation was that the percentage of adenine percentage equal to the percentage of thymine, the percentage of cytosine equal to the percentage of guanine. So this observation became known as Chargaff rule. Let's see about the DNA double helix and hydrogen bonding. The two strands are coiled in a right-handed fashion, nothing but clockwise. The pitch of the helix is 3.4 nanometer. So what is nanometer? Is 1 billion of a meter, that is 10 to the power of -9 meter, and there are roughly 10 base pair in each turn. Consequently, the distance between a base pair in a helix is approximately equal to 0.34 nanometer. So the plane of one base pair stalks over the other in double helix. This, in addition to hydrogen bond, confers the stability of the helical structure. This is a complementary base pairing. A figure shows that B1 is double helix and the C is a space filling model. The sugar phosphate backbone of the DNA, and this is a complementary base pair joined by hydrogen bonding. So the anti-parallel strands, that there is the 5' to 3' polarities, lie in opposite direction. So there are two asymmetrical grooves on the outside of the helix. One is major groove, second one is the minor groove. So what is groove is any furrow, nothing but a slight depression in the smoothness of a surface or channel on a bodily structure or part. So certain proteins can bind within this groove. They can thus interact with the particular sequence of bases. You see the structure, major as well as the minor grooves. So there are three forms of DNA. First one is bDNA, second one is aDNA, third one is zDNA. So first we see about this bDNA. It is biologically the most common. It is a alpha helix, meaning that it has right-handed and or clockwise spiral. So complementary base pairing is A, that connect with the T, and G with C. The ideal bDNA has 10 base pair per turn. So each base is twisted 36 degree relative to adjacent bases. The base pair are 0.34 nanometer apart. So complete rotation of molecule is 3.4 nanometer. So axis passes through middle of each base pair. The minor groove is narrow and shallow. Major groove is wide, deep. So this structure exists when plenty of water surround the molecules and there is no unusual base sequence in DNA condition that are likely to be present in the cells. bDNA structure is most stable configuration for a random sequence of nucleotides under physiological condition. So next type is A. So A is a right-handed helix, wider and flatter than bDNA, 11 base pair per turn. Its bases are tilted away from the main axis of molecule. Narrow, deep major groove and broad, shallow minor groove is observed when less water is present, that is dehydrating condition. aDNA has been observed in two contexts. One is active site of DNA polymerase, so the approximately 3 base pair, gram-positive bacteria undergoing sporulation. The next type is zDNA, a left-handed helix seen in condition of high salt concentration. So in this form, sugar phosphate backbone, zigzag back and fork give rise to the name zDNA for zigzag. So there are 12 base pairs per turn, a deep minor groove, no discernible major groove. So part of some active genes form zDNA, suggesting that zDNA may play a role in regulating gene transcription. Next, we see about this property of B, A, and zDNA. The strands are anti-parallel in bDNA and anti-parallel, all the types having anti-parallel strand. The type of helix is right-handed in both B and A DNA and left-handed in zDNA. The overall shape is long and narrow in bDNA, short and wide in aDNA, and elongated and narrow in zDNA. And the base pair per turn is 10 in B DNA and 11 in A and 12 in Z. The distance between adjacent bases is 0.34 nanometer in B, 0.23 nanometer in A, and 0.38 nanometer in zDNA. The pitch or turn of helix is 3.40 nanometer in B, 2.82 in A, then 4.56 nanometer in zDNA. So the helical diameter is 2 nanometer in B, 2.3 in A, 1.8 nanometer in zDNA. The tilt or inclination of base pair to axis is 1 degree in B, 20 degree in A, and 9 degree in B zDNA. Then the major groove is wide and deep in B, narrow and deep in A, no discernible in zDNA. And also the minor groove is narrow and shallow in B DNA, broad and shallow in A DNA, and narrow and deep in Z DNA. And next we see about the DNA supercoiling. So DNA supercoiling refers to the over or underwinding of strands. DNA supercoiling is important for DNA packaging within all cells because the length of the DNA can be of thousands of times that of a cell's. Packaging this material into the cell or nucleus in eukaryote is a difficult feat. The supercoiling of DNA reduces the space and allows for much more DNA to be packaged. The DNA is the metaphase of the chromosome. So each chromatid is 700 nanometer in diameter. So the radial loops 300 nanometer in diameter and 330 nanometer fibers, and the nucleosomes are 11 nanometer in diameter. So the DNA around histone proteins produce the supercoiling. Next, we see about the nucleosome structure. Nucleosome are the basic unit of the chromatin organization. In eukaryotes, DNA associated with protein. In prokaryote, DNA is naked. Nucleosomes is nothing but the basic bead-like unit of DNA packaging. It's made up of the segment of DNA wound around a protein core that is composed of 2 copies of each 4 types of histones. Nucleosomes have 8 histones in the core, DNA wrapped twice around the core, 1 histone holding the nucleosome together. A DNA linker continues towards the next nucleosome. The DNA has a negatively charged backbone because of phosphate group. The protein histones are positively charged. The DNA and protein are electromagnetically attached to each other to form chromatin. Next, we see about the ribonucleic acids. So RNA is nothing but a ribonucleic acid. It is a polymer of ribonucleotides linked together by phosphodiester linkage, and it was the first genetic material. In 1967, Carl Woese found in catalytic properties of RNA and speculated that the earliest forms of life real in the RNA both to carry genetic information and to catalyze biochemical reactions. Their theories were not validated until the work of Nobel Prize laureate Thomas R. Rees in 1970s. She was studying the splicing of RNA in a single-celled organism, Tetrahymena thermophila, when he discovered that an unprocessed RNA molecule could splice itself. He announced his discovery in 1982 and became the first to show the RNA has catalytic functions. It is usually single-stranded and helical in structure, but double-stranded also present in some viruses. RNA exists in several different single-stranded structures, most of which are directly or indirectly involved in protein synthesis or its regulation. It also acts as the genetic material in some viruses. It functions as messenger RNA, octamer, structure and in some cases as a catalytic molecule. For example, ribozyme. RNA strands are typically several hundreds to several thousands nucleotides in length. Next, we see about the RNA structure. So there are also three main components. First one is phosphate group. Second one is sugar. Ribose sugar is present in RNA. Deoxyribose present in DNA and nitrogenous bases. To see the nitrogenous bases, there are divided into two groups, purine and pyrimidine. Purine made of 6 members, a member ring fused to a 5-member ring. Adenine and guanine is present there. Then pyrimidine made of 6-member ring. It includes cytosine and uracil. Instead of thymine in DNA, uracil present in RNA. Next is RNA nucleotide. Nucleotides are formed by the condensation of a sugar, phosphate, and one of the 4 bases. So the following illustration represent one nucleotide. So it's RNA nucleotide having phosphate, ribosome, and one base. So base plus sugar that gives a nucleoside. Example, adenine plus ribose give the adenosine. Base plus sugar plus phosphate that give nucleotide. Example, adenosine monophosphate, adenosine diphosphate, adenosine triphosphate. Next, here with the covalent bonding between the nucleotides. So nucleotides are linked together by covalent bonds. The covalent bond is a chemical bond that involves sharing a pair of electrons between atoms in a molecule that we call it as a phosphodiester linkage. Then see the hydrogen bonding. Usually RNA is a single stranded, but in some viruses, RNA present in double stranded form. The bases in 2 strands are paired through hydrogen bond forming base pair. Adenine forms 2 hydrogen bonds with uracil from opposite strand and vice versa. Similarly, guanine is bonded with cytosine with 3 hydrogen bond. Next, see about the double-stranded RNA structure. There are double-stranded DNA RNA structure. The RNA can fold back on itself, depends on the base sequences, gives stem and loop single-stranded structure. So a double-stranded RNA has a A-like conformation. Steric clashes between 2' hydroxyl group prevent the B-like conformation. Next, see about the types of RNA. In all prokaryotic and eukaryotic organisms, 3 main classes of RNA molecule exist. First one is messenger RNA or mRNA. Second one is transfer RNA or tRNA. Third one is ribosomal RNA or small RNA. The other are small nuclear RNA, that is snRNA, micro RNA or miRNA, and small interfering RNA, siRNA, and heterogeneous nuclear RNA is hnRNA. These are the types of RNA. So first we see about this messenger RNA. So all members of the class function as messengers carrying the information in a gene to the protein synthesizing machinery. So it said the structure, the 5' terminal end is capped by 7-methyl guanosine triphosphate cap. The cap is involved in the recognition of mRNA by the translating machinery. It stabilizes mRNA by protecting it from 5' exonuclease. The 3' end of most mRNAs have a polymer of adenylate residues, that is 20 to 250. The tail prevents the attack by 3' exonucleases. On both 5' and 3' end, there are non-coding sequences which are not translated. You see the picture from the cytoplasm, the DNA is that converted into mRNA, and the protein and amino acids are formed from that mRNA. The intervening region between non-coding sequences present between 5' to 3' end is called coding region. This region encodes for the synthesis of a protein. So the structure of a typical human protein coding mRNA, including the untranslated region. So eukaryotic mRNA having the cap, the leader, AUG and is a starting codon, UAG is a stopping codon that produce a poly A tail. Next one is a heterogeneous nuclear RNA or hnRNA, precursor mRNA. So in mammalian nuclei, hnRNA is the immediate product of gene transcription. The nuclear product is heterogeneous in size. It's a variable and is very large. 75% of hnRNA is degraded in the nucleus. Only 25% is proceeded to mature mRNA. So this mature mRNA is transferred from primary transcript by capping, tailing, splicing, and base modification. Next one is the transfer RNA or tRNA. The transfer RNA are the smallest of the three major species of RNA molecules. They have 74 to 95 nucleotide residues. They transfer the amino acids from the cytoplasm to the protein synthesizing machinery, hence the name tRNA. They are also called adapter molecules since they act as adapters for the translation of the sequence of nucleotides of the mRNA into a specific amino acids. So there are at least 20 species of tRNA, one corresponding to each of the 20 amino acids required for protein synthesis. So the tRNA is the only RNA species that contain the nucleoside thymidine. This is the structure of tRNA having the primary structure. The nucleotide sequence of all tRNA molecules allows extensive intrastrand complementary that generate a secondary structure. So the secondary structure, each single tRNA shows extensive internal base pairing and acquires a clover leaf-like structure. The structure is stabilized by hydrogen bonding between the bases and is a consistent feature. So see the secondary structure, clover leaf structure. All tRNA contains 5 main arms or loops, which are as follows. A is the acceptor arm, B is the anticodon arm, DHU arm is the C, then T, the C arm, thymidine, pseudouridine, cytosine, E is the extra arm. This is secondary structure of tRNA. The CCA tail in yellow, acceptor stem is in purple, variable loop in orange, D arm is red, anticodon arm in blue with anticodon in black, T arm in green. You see the tertiary structure of tRNA. The L-shaped tertiary structure is formed by further folding of the clover leaf due to hydrogen bonds between T and D arms. The base paired double helical stems get arranged into 2 double helical columns, continuous and perpendicular to one another. Next one is ribosomal RNA or rRNA. The ribosomal nucleic acid, ribonucleic acid is the RNA component of the ribosome and is essential for protein synthesis in all living organisms. The function of the ribosomal RNA molecule in the ribosomal particle are not fully understood, but they are necessary for ribosomal assembly and seem to play key roles in the binding of mRNA to ribosomes and its translation. The recent studies suggest that an rRNA component performs the peptide transferase activity and thus an enzyme, a ribosome. It constituted the predominant material within the ribosome, which is approximately 60% rRNA and 40% protein by weight. Ribosomes contain 2 major rRNAs and 50 or more proteins. The ribosomal RNAs form two subunits, the larger subunit and the small subunit. The large subunit rRNA act as a ribosome, catalyzing peptide bond formation. Next one is small RNA molecules. So the major types of small RNA molecules, small nuclear RNA, nothing but snRNA involved in mRNA splicing. Then small nuclear RNA or snORNA direct the modification of ribosomal RNAs. The microRNA and short interfering RNA regulate gene expression. So next we see about the difference between RNA and DNA. So first column is represent this RNA that differ from how it differ from the DNA. RNA is a single stranded mainly except when self-complementary sequences and or there it forms a double stranded structure, nothing but hairpin structure. DNA double stranded except for certain viral DNAs which are single stranded. So ribose is the main sugar in RNA, the deoxyribose in DNA. The pyrimidine component differ. Thymine is never found except tRNA. Thymidine is always there, but uracil is never found in DNA. So being single stranded structure, it does not follow the Chargaff rule in RNA. It does follow Chargaff's rule. The total purine content in a double stranded DNA is always equal to pyrimidine content. RNA can be easily destroyed by alkalis to cyclic diester of mononucleotide. DNA resists alkali action due to the absence of OH group at 2' position. And the RNA is relatively reliable molecule, undergoes easy and spontaneous degradation. DNA is a stable molecule. The spontaneous degradation is very too slow. The genetic information can be stored for years together without any change. Mainly cytoplasmic, but also present in nucleus, primary transcript and small nuclear RNA. And the DNA is mainly found in nucleus. Extranuclear DNA is found in mitochondria and plasmid, etc. So the base content varies from 100 to 5,000. The size is variable in RNA. The millions of base pairs are there depending upon the organism. And next is there are various types of RNA, mRNA, rRNA, tRNA, snRNA, siRNA, miRNA, and hnRNA. These RNAs perform different and specific function. But the DNA is always of one type and performs the function of storage and transfer of genetic information. Then there are no variable physiological forms of RNA are found. That different types of RNA do not change their forms. But in the case of DNA, there are variable forms of DNA A, B, and Z. Then RNA is synthesized from DNA. It cannot be formed DNA except by the action of reverse transcriptase. It cannot duplicate except in certain viruses where it is a genomic material. The DNA can form a DNA replication. It can also form RNA by transcription. The many copies of RNA present per cell, but only a single copy of DNA is present per